and we're talking over the mana leak in the library. And I believe it was Thas brought Sam into the conversation by asking if he had anything to catch raw mana in. That led Sam to tell you guys about his personal mana leak and showed you his kind of raggedy solution. He had a little bit more leeway given that he had a lake to drain his mana into and dilute it more. However, his situation is relatively contained, and he thinks he can help you all create weapons using. Ooh, I like that.
That's what I was thinking of.
I
have
yeah.
But it's made out of paper instead of like actual solid wood.
Yeah, I'm here for it. But yeah, so as you all were talking with Sam, and after being sworn to secrecy, he showed you his big ol' lake of relatively diffuse mana. Still significantly more concentrated than most of what you would find out in the world, but he thinks you can craft some weapons out of those crystals that he had offered to make you weapons out of so long ago. So as he prepares you all for this process, he talks with you individually. We're just going to retcon this as the bit of conversation we had up to this point. That he chats with each of you individually around what kind of weapon you want, what capabilities you want it to have. And as the time gets closer and closer, he starts to position you all out in the lake on these different rocks. And waiting out there, you get kind of a slight electric tingle, but it's nothing too bad. It never really goes past your thighs out here until the deeper parts, and you're not going out there. But if everybody could put themselves on one of these rocks out here, Thassa took the liberty of moving you there.
Yeah.
All good.
Up and up out there.
Where is my token?
How do I put my token back on here?
I can pop one in for you.
Yeah, I don't think we're able to populate tokens. At least
You have to, like,
it disappeared after some update they did, I think.
You have to sign in. They set up a Google. They set up actual login functionality. So you have to sign in with like your Google or something to Google or Facebook. Authentication is what I mean to say. They set up authentication. Oh, there's another one of me. Yeah, there we go.
And Zoo, I believe, is the last one. I'm going to toss the Bard token in for you.
Okay, where? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Sam also has something in his hands. It looks like a handle without any kind of tool head on it. It looks like it's made of fairly fine engraved metal. You aren't 100% sure what he's doing with it. The rest of you all have about foot-long, 6-inch wide crystals that you had used previously to absorb mana at the portal all those years ago. And Sam begins to chant. As you stand over this lake, there are ripples as he chants more and more, and his eyes start to spark blue as he helps direct this energy. After a while, the chanting stops, but the sense of pressure continues to grow, and he yells out to all of you, think very hard about what you want, and then sink your crystals into the pool.
Oh, I'm sinking that crystal into the pool.
All right. So Lothar dips his crystal in first. and as he pulls it out, it kind of glows and then slowly morphs as he pulls it out of the pool into a long blue staff. It looks like the raw mana is at its very core, with one giant drop making up the core focus of the staff. Were there any other details you wanted in there? The edges phasing out of reality. Yeah. So it looks like a lighter blue crystalline glass that kind of wraps itself around a structure to help contain and focus all of the mana in this tool. But on the very edges, it mists as if the corners of it kind of spark against reality itself. Who is dipping their crystal in next?
I am going to dip my crystal in next.
Right.
But as I do so, I am going to have pulled out my pan flute because I am proficient with the pan flute. And I am going to start playing some music, but it's unlike the music I am playing is unlike anything any of the others have ever heard. Because in reality, it is actually Fey music. And I'm using the my experience and the magic in me from the Fey world to play this music as I dip the crystal into the lake.
Yeah, could I get the rest of the group to make a performance or nature check?
Oh yeah, an easy 22 from Mr. Zoo.
11 for me.
19 from Fast.
All right. So for the rest of you, you've heard Athelios play his pipes before. Having camped as much as you all have, having adventured together on and off over the last several years, you've had nights to burn time. So you've heard him play. Some of you in the group have also spent a significant portion of your lives playing music, like Zoo. This is something that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. It's clearly a melody, but it's not a melody that you could play back. It's not a melody you can sing or get stuck in your head. It's too alien for that. But as he plays, Athelios dips down, or kind of squats down and dips his crystal in and pulls out a bow. Sam had arranged some of the various magical creatures you'd recently brought near the lake bed, and it assured you that some of their properties would leak into various parts of this working. So Athelios, as you pull your bow out, you see that it's made of where there would normally be tree rings. It looks like the cross section of cut paper, but it's no less sturdy for it. And as you pull the bow back, you see winding letters slowly solidify themselves into what looks like a firm piece of wood, tipped with one of the displacer teeth.
Okay.
Since you don't release it, you don't hear it echo the Fey melody yet, but that is also there.
Okay.
Let's see, who's next?
I'll dip my
Excuse me?
I'll dip my crystal into the mana lake.
His weapon is just, he just pops it out.
Concentrating wrong.
This is the wrong type of story for that.
Yeah, you flop out your crystal and stick it in the lake, and as you pull it out, much like the last two, the crystal begins to glow and then slowly changes shape as it turns into a long-handled sword with a curved blade. The back side of the curve having full harp strings on it, and it seems fairly not fairly useful, but like a really high quality instrument, despite having multiple primary functions, primary uses.
Nice.
Yeah. I believe that leaves Thas.
Yup.
Thas also takes his crystal, plunges it in, and this whole time the lake has kind of glowed less and less. It wasn't like a neon glow by any stretch, but it certainly had its own vaguely like bioluminescent looking glow to it. That has mostly simmered down. And as you pull your glaive out, you can see that the mana in the lake has not been completely consumed yet. However, you stand there holding a solid steel glaive made of Damascus steel with jagged lightning bolt as its sword head. It's also wreathed in clouds and mist. While it doesn't deal lightning damage, it does flash with tiny sparks of lightning here and there. You all look across the way and see Sam, who kind of nods as he sees what you all pull out of the this giant pool of mana, and he sticks the end of this tool in there, and you see him concentrate the same way you all did, and where you all had a significant amount of material to work with, Sam seems to only have a pinpoint on the very end of this stick. Well, I say stick. It's a nicely engraved handle. But as he concentrates, you can see sweat bead up and roll off the top of his head as he's focusing. And more of the mana left in this lake starts to kind of spiral around him and begins to solidify into a bright blue hammer. And the pressure against your ears through this whole process has slowly built and built and built. None of you have had to yell, none of you have had to make any saves, of course, but there's a definite palpable presence of mana on the air, of magic on the air, a lot like you can feel a storm on the air. But when Sam pulls that blue hammer out, that feeling suddenly goes away. And the lake appears to be just water.
Would you describe this cavern as lit, or was the lighting mostly coming from the lake? Like, how bright is this cavern?
Yeah, this cavern is surprisingly well lit. Sam has stashed torches and braziers down here, as well as more minor magics, things like continual flame or glowstones of various kinds. He's kind of scattered around. Since you can see he's been working down here, so you think he probably just wanted to have good light to see.
Cool.
But there are depths of shadow kind of across the lake. It is a large area to light everything. But since it's enclosed down here, the light also goes farther.
Cool.
Sorry, long answer to a short question.
I have another question. This is more of a housekeeping thing. In our inventory, these weapons, are these going to be counted as magic weapons?
Yes.
Okay.
Nah, they're just mundane weapons. It's
Well, I mean, like, because when you add it to your inventory, the magical weapons get a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Only so that'll only apply if you took enhanced weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, if you
Let's
send me
add the regular.
the outline of the weapons, I can create new entries in D&D Beyond and make it actually appear correctly. If you wanted that to appear correctly.
I want that to appear correctly.
I can do that. I've experimented with creating custom weaponry in D&D Beyond.
So I'm outline. You want me to like trace the outline of this?
No, in between
mining mass?
in between sessions. I was just saying, like, if you send me the stats and stuff, I can create the weapon correctly.
Okay.
I would like you all to make a perception check for me.
Dirty 20.
13.
One second. Perception 5. 35. Okay. Sorry. Once again, another housekeeping question. So
You're
you
fine.
have saving throws and then you have senses. What is the senses stat count towards?
It's like your passive ability to do things.
Yeah, so saving throw is someone's trying to do something
Mhm.
nasty to you, and you have to save yourself, whether that be strength of mind for a spell or throw yourself out of the way, what have you. Senses, like Doug said, are just like your passive. So if you're not actively looking for stuff, you would have a 16, for instance, looking at Zoo's sheet for passive wisdom. So if a creature was trying to hide and rolled less than 16, Zoo would be able to see them.
Okay. I get that. I see that now.
Yeah. And then skills are stuff you're actively trying to do.
Mhm. Okay. Cool.
What do I see with my elfin eyes?
Great question. For everyone who rolled above a 5, you see Sam extremely excited, but also very weary, looking at his hammer. And then his eyes roll up in the back of his head, and he falls off the back of his rock.
Featherfall? Well, how high above the rock is he?
Oh,
Or
he's
how
standing
above
on the rock.
Sorry, how high above the lake are the rocks?
Oh, 2-3 feet.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I'll jump into the water. Trying to dive towards him.
The water is like treadable at this point, right?
Just barely. It's like up to your thighs.
Oh yeah.
So I'll say difficult terrain.
I'll bounce over to him and help him.
Sweet. Will you make a strength check to try and haul him above the water?
Oh yes, I shall. Oh boy. 18. Oh, that was a strength. Well, it doesn't add anything. It's 18 either way.
Solid. You all see the bookish Lothar take off first, jumping into the water, and splashing his way over to Sam, who fell off, passed out, and Lothar reaches down and manages to haul him just above the water.
And then I'm just gonna try to like put him on his back on the rock if I can.
Gonna look around in confusion. I have no clue what's going on.
As he's doing this, I am also like making my way. Just let me know if I'm moving too fast.
He's making his way downtown.
Making my way over here to check out and see what's up.
Yeah, you can make a medicine check if you'd like.
Oh, I would like that very much. 22.
Hey, Sam is out cold. You aren't, well, you're pretty sure the ritual caused it. You've seen magic do all kinds of nasty things when it's too much for a caster. And so you think that he may have essentially gotten the equivalent of like psychic feedback due to channeling so much magic. You also don't see his hammer in his hand.
I am going to jump from rock to rock with my acrobatics skill. And I'm going to go back to shore and then walk around.
Sweet. Make an acrobatics check for me.
I hope I fall into the water. That would be some funny shit. 19.
Solid. Yeah, as dexterous as they come. You bounce lightly from rock to rock and then sprint along the shoreline.
Is the
And I
water clear enough to see like down to the bottom of it?
Mhm.
Or do I see the hammer in the water?
Yeah, it's glowing a dull blue.
Can I mage hand it? Is it within the weight capacity of mage hand?
It is not.
Oh.
Well, here comes Stas. He'll probably be
Yep.
a little lifted out.
Just gonna come and help him out. I'll come and retrieve that hammer for him since Lothar seems to be carrying Sam just fine.
Sweet.
I'll motion
Fast-
down toward the hammer just so he's mechanically seeing it.
Before doing so, obviously I don't know his state, so I'll ask Zoo and Lothar, does he need any healing? The sweet, sweet lay on hands.
Kind of a once over on him. Does it? So we think that this is psychic based, right? Like there's no visible.
Basically like exhaustion.
Mhm.
With
Yeah,
the 20.
he's unconscious but stable in game terms.
Okay, so with the 2022, would I know if healing him would do anything? Like,
Let me double check lay on hands. That might actually do something.
Because you can cure unfavorable things, but it takes 5 points for like disease, poison. But I don't think it would necessarily impact anything psychic related.
Why have lay on hands if it can't cure magic shit? Yeah, I'll say you can burn.
That's a dangerous
split the
precedent.
Let's split the difference and say this one will cost you 10 points, but you can rouse him back to consciousness.
Then I will do so.
Sweet. So yeah, you guys see Thas kneel down next to Sam and put his hands on Sam's chest as golden motes of power flowed down along his arms and into Sam. And Sam awakes with a wet gasp.
Clear!
Yeah, are you okay? What happened? Why'd you black out?
I don't know. Everything hurts. Feels like someone hit me in the head with a cave.
Hmm. And so you're in pain right now, like you're huge headache, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'd say so.
Would you rather be sleeping?
Hard to say. I'll have some to knock the edge off the pain once I'm out of this damn lake.
There's a nice little keg of beer for you. And I'm going to go and retrieve his hammer, or try to. Depends on how heavy it is, I suppose, at this point.
Yeah, make a strength check for me.
Or if you're worthy. Just kidding.
10.
You are not able to pull the hammer off the bottom of this lake.
Seeing him struggling, can I go down there and like help him? Or do I?
If you have proficiency in athletics, I'll say yes.
Okay, I don't have.
Oh, is it an athletics check or just a pure straight strength check?
Yeah, we can say athletics check.
Then that would have been 12.
Still no dice.
All right.
That heavy hammer. Well, we
Oh.
got to think.
I'll wrap my hand around it.
Sam has spent his entire life swinging hammers at the same weight, whereas the heaviest thing I think we pick up is the glaive. That's his glaive.
Yeah, and Thas, you've held plenty of hammers this size. It is like Warhammer sized, rather than like carpentry hammer sized. But this hammer is easily 250, 300 pounds, despite being in such a compact form. So just
That's a
the
heavy
leverage
hammer.
alone is, trying to do so bent over underwater is fighting you on all sides. And Sam kind of sputters for another minute and goes, "Well, can you all help me back to shore? I think I need to drink this off and then sleep this off."
You don't want to retrieve your hammer?
What? Oh, right. I do. Can one of y'all grab it for me? I'm not in great shape right now.
Apparently not.
I will, despite my disadvantage in strength, one might say, I will hop my way over. Well, I probably would splash. I can't jump that far.
Yeah, with the D&D 5e limits, my limit strength is 270 pounds total.
Okay.
So,
So let's.
if I can't lift it, good luck.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to lift it. God.
You can always nat 20.
16.
No, never
Yeah, I
mind.
did not nat 20 it.
16. Yeah, with the 16 and with everybody else helping you, you guys kind of barely drag this hammer back up onto the rock.
Look at Thor over here.
And this is very much a Herculean team effort. And the more you haul the hammer, the more it feels like the hammer itself doesn't want to be moved by you.
It is Thor's hammer.
Yeah, it is certainly heavy, and it's far from sentient. But like every time you could stub your toe or trip or have the hammer kind of catch in the bottom in a weird way, it does so.
Okay.
Am I able to make like an Arcana check to be able to determine like properties of the hammer?
Yeah, I'll say it's a relatively high DC just because that's what Identify is usually for. But I also think it's perfectly reasonable for a wizard to be able to identify enchantments.
I just want to take a passing look at it with a dirty 20.
Yeah, you got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
All right.
As what the heck is going on here? Why can't anyone?
Yeah, as you look at it, trying to figure out why on earth is this thing so heavy? Why is this so uncooperative? You start to look at the staff in your own hand, and remember exactly how easy it was. It felt like your innermost thoughts, your innermost desires, helped shape what this tool would become. And it slowly dawns on you that Sam had no such tool. Sam didn't have a crystal or something that was designed to channel this kind of mana. But being a clever artificer, he managed to make something that kind of channeled mana and then forced an absolute fuckload of mana through it.
What a boss.
So while it was incredibly effective at being a sponge in terms of soaking up the mana that was left in this pool, it also left a tool that resists being shaped, that does not want to work with the ebb and flow of mana, and so it drags extra against the fabric of this world. That said, you know enough about enchanting to know that a hammer that really wants to beat down magic is a very useful tool, especially for someone in the enchanting business.
Okay. I just keep it all to myself. I don't know if it's really worth saying all that out loud. Seems like an unnatural thing to do, but
I'm going to ask, why is it so heavy?
Because you're a weak little bitch. That's why.
Well, I mean, at this point, I don't know that a magical arrow knocks into my bow when I pull it back. I haven't pulled it back yet.
I'll let Sam answer it. I mean, it's his hammer.
And Sam kind of. Oh, was that addressed to Sam?
It was addressed to everyone. Like,
And
why is this thing so heavy? So we're like, still have one hand on it and just like standing up on the head of the hammer.
Sam kind of groans and goes, "Well, if no one else is gonna give a guess, I'll give a guess. I think it was a way less effective medium than what you all had there, but once I saw what those crystals could do, I wanted to see if I could do that. So you all, well, you know when you throw pure alcohol on a fire and the fire, splashes up? Well, I threw watered down alcohol on a fire and sure did put the fire out, but didn't, burn as clean, shall we say. And I think it's bonded to me. Like, you say it was super heavy. It was, sure was a hammer, but it didn't seem all that much heavier to me.
This time, I'll turn to Sam and be like, "Well, you're a big, strong dwarf. That's what's going on there."
Keep it in your pants.
I'm going to nod at what he's saying and look at my bow and pull it off from around my because I had slung it over my shoulder, and pull it out and I'm going to look at him and I'm going to say, "So what you're saying is that our weapons or focuses may have other properties as I draw it back, and just out of like curiosity, I wasn't like not planning on releasing it without anything on it, but then I noticed that there's an arrow knocked already as I've readied it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you pull it back, the farther you pull it back, the more real the arrow becomes. It starts off almost like sketched into the air by like vaguely transparent ink. And then the farther back you pull it, the more it swirls and swirls into existence until the arrow is fully there and fully real, has weight against your hand as it sits there.
Okay. I'm going to take aim at the wall, and I'm going to let fly the arrow.
Yeah. Make an attack roll.
Just to note, it's on the far side of the lake, so I'm not shooting at any of Sam's stuff. Okay. Roll.
Or are
So,
you?
18 for my attack roll.
Mm-hmm. That hits the wall.
Okay, cool. Good thing I'm not. Do you want me to roll for damage too?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Now it caves in. Good job.
I'm
is
gonna
over.
add my dex modifier to that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh well. I didn't draw it back very well. I only rolled a 7.
Hey, 7 for damage is solid. The yeah, so you guys see Athelios pull his bow back and aim at the far wall and let fly. And you all get that slight tingle up your spine that you'd heard when he was playing his flute earlier. The arrow sails across the chasm, or across this lake, and embeds itself in the wall. Not all that far, maybe a half inch, but given that it was solid stone, this is a very solid bow. The envy of any of the hunters that the envy of the hunter's equipment that you've ever seen.
And I'm going to grin as I hear the Well, and not just grin. You know how you like when you remember something from childhood, that
Mhm.
satisfied feeling, that warm feeling. That's the kind
Mhm.
of you're gonna see that expressed on my face as like a grin of sorts, but like a this feels right type of thing as the bowstring vibrates next to my face.
Hell yeah. Uh, what else are y'all doing?
Well, I suppose we should help old Sam
Mhm.
up and out of this here cave.
Quick,
And I will agree and throw my put my bow back over my shoulder.
this was the evening, right? When
Yeah,
okay.
late afternoon, early evening.
Okay.
Prepping for the process took a few hours
Okay.
of him kind of explaining what was going on, getting everybody ready.
Mhm.
But yeah, you all help Sam up to his regular workshop, and Sam is now on his feet. He's a little unsteady, but he's not in any danger of passing out. And he gets mugs for everybody. And
Beers.
before everyone else gets a chance to take a sip, he downs his entire mug and pours himself another one.
You asked what time it is? It's beer o'clock.
It'll help with the headache that you got going on there.
Mm-hmm. And to that end, I'm going to say all of us in real life should get a beer because I need to see a man about a horse. So let's take 5 real quick.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Sweet. See you in a minute.
All right.
Okay. I dick it in.
You're dicking it in.
You know we're gonna be using that from now on, right?
That's what.
And anytime you're gonna be asked, "What are you doing?" We're gonna be like, "Dicking it in."
He's just dicking it in.
Let's see. Who's
What
next?
an unfortunate but not surprising
I'll dick.
misspeak behalf.
Yeah. This is the bard. Like it's like, oh, I was surprised he didn't have me like refocus myself before I dip it into the lake.
Oh, it's not the bard, it's you. But sure, we can say it's the bard.
Oops.
Did you find any storage lockers yet or not yet?
I've been looking. It's just not. There's not a lot out there that are like exciting. I want something exciting.
Yeah.
I think I'm having a garage sale in a couple weekends that'll open up what I can go and buy. I may just get a bunch of furniture and see what I can do there. I've been hitting up a ton of. The Goodwill's been filling my garage pretty well. The Goodwill locally has a bunch of coasters that are like half wood, half marble. They go on 50% off next week, but I bought one of them at full price this week, and I'm going to experiment with it on the laser cutter, see if there's anything cool I can do with it. But yeah, I've
you
been
can
looking.
make good money with furniture. It's just it takes up so much space.
It
That's the
takes so
problem.
much space, yeah. And so I want to make sure my garage is clear because I don't want to fill up both garages because one is like the craft garage, the other is the storage garage. I thought I had a buyer for those giant arcade machines, but people just bail. They're so big. Those are taking up the majority of the room. But with having space, it opens up a lot of options of like what units I can go and get. Because I don't mind. I can figure it out how to get it into the truck. It's just where the hell is it going after it's on the truck?
You know, if you got into like flipping it pretty regularly, it honestly might just be worthwhile getting a storage unit for it.
Yeah, it is. It's just more work. I have too many hobbies, I think. Because I am working really hard on the laser cutter, getting that, trying to get that going. I have a few coasters up for sale. And then I really want to get that 3D printer going, doing work for me. But, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of focus probably wouldn't hurt you.
Yeah, I have a focus issue. It's like everything's. I can do it. I can do all of it, and that's the issue. Is that I'm like I can do all of these things, but I need to focus on. I have trouble focusing on one thing at a time.
Yeah, I mean that.
Need like a life manager, you know? Like you manage my schedule.
They have those.
I know they do, and I thought for a while they're stupid, and I'm like, okay, now I can understand why somebody would have an assistant. We're literally like your Pepper Potts, right? For Iron Man, it's like Iron Man just goes do whatever he wants, or Tony Stark. And Pepper Potts is like, no, you need to do this thing because your company's failing. He's like, well, I don't care. But yeah, just an assistant scheduler. Here's what your itinerary is today. Okay, cool.
That. There's no beer in the house, but I grabbed a finger and a half of whiskey.
I'll do. What kind of whiskey you drinking?
It is I forget the name. It's this very small batch. You can get it at there's a store in Washington Square. It's like 2,000 bottles total. But it's very cinnamony. It's
Fireball.
It's on the
Drinking Fireball.
it's bourbon, but it's like right on the edge of being bourbon.
Hey, sorry about that.
It's all right. We were just dicking around, you know.
Seems to be a theme.
Apparently.
I got distracted. There's all these things on my screen.
What do you got on?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so y'all find yourselves once again in the tavern, or rather in Sam's workshop, drinking, having a grand old time. Is there anything else you all want to do tonight?
Go ahead.
On the way, so there's nothing exciting, but on the way home, it'll be later. So when I'm walking home, I'll be doing something. But
I'm good. I'm hitting the end day button.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then
I'm
we
down to take a long rest.
should probably do so and then get back at those goblins.
Okay, so my character on the way home, he's just gonna have a good cry. He's just gonna start slowly like sniffling and then just start full on weeping all the way home. And then he's gonna go find a tree and just sit under it all night crying.
Are you gonna
Aw.
dick in the tree too?
Listen, this is serious.
All right, I apologize.
That's where I sleep
Well-
outside this evening.
Being the outdoorsy person I am, and noticing Zeus crying, I will find him. Well, follow him more like, and as he sits down under the tree, I will ask him if he would like any company.
That would be great. It's just also wonderful, you know.
Yeah, it is. I can't believe we've been blessed with these gifts, and of friendship and of damage.
Oh well, I've always been afraid of the dark, and now I can see.
Oh wow.
you have dark vision.
Yeah, that's what I spent all 3 points on. So I'm just weeping,
Yeah,
just taking in the night, and just like, oh my god.
And I'm gonna say, yeah, it's Bro, I don't necessarily I'm pretty sure I don't have dark vision. But I will say once my eyes get accustomed to it, it's a sight to behold sometimes at night when there's no one around and all you can see and hear are leaves rustling and animals moving about the woods.
Yeah, it's great. I've always been scared. I never come out at night, but I just always like being outside. I would stay outside all the time if I could. But I'm always just so
Well,
scared.
welcome to the club.
What happens when you retract back into your shell?
What happens?
Oh dear.
Scared
Oh
of the
good.
dark?
Oh god.
There's little lights. There's little lights coming from the hole, the neck hole.
He's got
Oh,
little
you're
lanterns
saying what?
hanging
Yeah,
outside
go
the cell.
inside my shell. I'm like, oh, it's pink in it. Well, I wouldn't be able to see. It's gray in here.
This is the safe dark.
This is the safest dark. Yeah, so I'll just be. Yeah, I'm just gonna be chilling outside for the evening.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so Zoo has his moment of catharsis, shaking off a fear through a wild amount of magic. And with that, the night passes peacefully for everyone. So you all get a full long rest. You're all topped up, ready for the adventuring day. As you all awake, the words of Isaac, the mayor, ring in your head of how big of a problem there is with goblins in the East Woods.
Well,
What does your morning look like?
20 and a 6.
So my morning is just making my way back. I go on the normal thing where I go over to the garden and I just kind of check it out, see if there's anything weird going on with it. I'm a little more cheery today. More cheery than normal. I'm normally a pretty cheery fellow, but I'm like absurdly cheery today. As I'm like humming to my berries, the town's berries, and like giving them like kisses and stuff. They're so cute. That's my morning.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my morning will be mostly just status quo, going in and doing, any morning duties that I need to in the library, and then starting to put my adventuring pack together for, the adventure we're about to go on.
Mm-hmm.
And
That-
Oh, go ahead.
Bass will check his gear and then check on Sam.
Yeah. So you rock up, and you knew that Sam had a little room tucked away in the workshop. So you wander on over there, and knock on the door,
All right.
and you hear movement inside. Someone shuffling around, and Sam kind of blearily opens the door and goes, "Hey, good morning." And his eyes are half closed. It looks like he's had a few beers too many.
What day is it?
Good morning, Sam. You look a little worse for the wear, but I think that was the beer and not any lingering ramifications.
He
Am I
shrugs. He shrugs and goes, "Well, you have 6 beers and channel a lake of mana through a stick, and 6 of one, half dozen of the other."
All right. Well, we're gonna be heading out here pretty soon to deal with the goblin problem, but I wanted to make sure you were actually all right.
Oh yeah, I'll make it. I just need some water and less bright lights and loud noises. I'm starting to think that maybe a place full of fire and hammers is not a great place to recover.
Well, if no one's swinging them, it should be quiet.
His fingers crossed. Maybe I'll sneak downstairs for a few hours worth of nap.
Does Sam have apprentices, or is he just lone up in that smithy?
Yeah,
I'm
he's
just
got
curious.
2 or 3 workers who he works with on a regular basis. Another apprentice that you know of and have worked with for a few years. So you know there will be people around, but also if you wanted to put the kibosh on everybody doing stuff at the smithy for the day, he could, but he's way too proud to do so.
Right.
He goes, I appreciate that healing that you gave me yesterday. Well, I don't know how much worse I would have been, but I have to imagine it would have been worse than where I am now.
Well, glad you're recovering, Sam. Do you need anything before I head out?
Oh, no, don't worry about me. I'll muddle through today. Should be a day or two, and I'll be right as rain.
All right. Well, take care of yourself, Sam.
Oh, I'll try. And he'll slowly close the door and give you a wave goodbye.
Yeah. Then take my leave, and I guess go find the others at that point.
Hell yeah. So, where y'all meeting up?
Real quick, my
Yeah.
morning has been spent. I woke up before Zoo did, and headed off to the ranger station. And grabbed somebody who does Jordan use bows regularly?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to spend the morning practicing my bowmanship with Jordan. Just a few hours as I take on quite rapidly with the art of handling a bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Jordan is an old hand at archery and has insisted over several years that you have some practice with it, but given that you don't use one all the time, it takes a little while to kind of shake the dust off. So yeah, you spend the morning getting back into the habit of it, remembering quickly why archery bracers are so useful as a sore inner arm
Yep.
teaches you. But after a little while, you come to anticipate the sound of Fey music, or whether it be in the rustle of leaves or the sound of birds that have never flown through this valley, tunes you haven't heard in several years, horrible promises and offers that would tempt most mortals out into the woods off the good path. You hear it all as you stand there with Jordan practicing with your bow.
Yeah.
And would you make a perception check for me?
Yeah, of course. I hate to think what Jordan's hearing. Knocking this bow and letting it fly. Okay. Perception check. I rolled a 19.
Yeah. With a 19, the first time you shoot, you very clearly see Jordan's eyes kind of widen as an arrow appears out of nowhere. He was halfway through saying, like, oh, you're not going to want to dry fire a bow that nice, before the arrow appeared. And after that, you can see him shiver every once in a while, whenever the music starts, whenever the Fey noise comes up, whatever form it takes. But if he's particularly perturbed by some of the darker things you've heard in the Fey noises, he doesn't make mention of it.
Okay. And as we wrap up our practice session, I will uh, thank him and inform him and apologize for the noises that he heard, and inform him that what he was hearing was sounds from the Feywild, and that there is nothing inherently evil about the sounds that he was hearing.
When you
Liar.
A liar. Well, I mean,
as you tell
am
him
I
that
inherently evil? I'll leave that up for you to decide. Okay, you were saying.
as you tell him it's just noises from the Feywild, his eyes get a little bit wide, and he goes, "Oh, it's funny. I've heard a sound or two like that through my years roaming these woods, but never quite so clearly. And I always left as soon as I heard them. It's maybe it's just not my normal mortal ears that's unused to hearing it, but sounds like nothing but bad omens to me."
Yeah, the sound is particularly hard to hear sometimes. But I will let you in on a secret. I am Fey touched, as I kind of lie to him. I am used to the sounds of the Feywild. They are like music to my ear. I can pick out the laughter and the temptation. I can pick out all of the nuances of every time the string vibrates. The sounds that you hear aren't just out of reach. They are very clear and right there in my mind.
That is not a burden that I would do well with, but you seem to be handling it better than most.
Yes, it is like for me, it is like music to my ears. I guess maybe in battle it would be unsettling to my enemies. We'll take that as a good thing.
Yes, it's well, the next time we practice the longbow, I'll bring an extra just in case.
Yeah, or you may want to bring some earplugs or something to cover your ears with.
I'll think on that. And he kind of goes over to a to a little ledger that he's had open, and this is something that you've seen him use from time to time to kind of track like the progress of various recruits through the years. So you see him start to take notes, and he kind of raises his eyebrows and goes, your shooting seems to be, well, about 5, maybe 10% better than usual. Granted, it's been 8 months since you practiced with a bow, but even so, you must be getting better."
Yes, and this bow is specifically made for me in mind. So I think I have some sort of affinity with the bow.
A bow the right size of custom make will always help an archer. Yes, that's quite the weapon you have there.
Question not for Jordan. We or you had put the dispaper beast teeth on the ends of the bow.
Mm-hmm.
Do those retain the same strength as the dispaper beast teeth? I.e., could they be used for slashing?
Um,
Or are they more decorative than anything else?
Yeah, more decorative than anything else, but I'm not inherently opposed to changing out the damage type. 9 times out of 10 doesn't really matter all that much. I feel like that gives it some extra zhuzh.
Yeah. Because
if you want to do slashing damage instead of piercing with this, or with the ammo it conjures, I'd be okay with that.
Okay, because occasionally you're in close combat and all you have in your hand is your bow, you're just gonna swing the bow. You're not gonna. Especially me, I don't do any damage unarmed. I do 0 damage.
I think what he's asking is not the arrows changing damage type. He's asking if his bow can also be considered a melee weapon with slashing damage instead.
Like,
of
if I swing it,
Oh,
like
gotcha.
I would take a heavy penalty to actual damage done.
For the time being, I'm gonna say no, but it's something that we can look at with additional points invested.
Okay, cool. It's just with the flavor we added, I just wanted to make sure instead of like in the middle of a fight, be like, I'm gonna take the bow and I'm gonna swing it with the displays and hit them with this paper beast's teeth.
Yeah, I was thinking mainly as like an arrowhead.
Oh, okay, as an arrowhead. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, should have been more.
Yeah,
more
the
descriptive there.
the arrows when they conjure they form this paper beast teeth. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, no, I could go with that.
Yeah, and later on, if we want to make it a melee weapon as well, we can definitely look at working that in.
Okay, cool. All right. I am going to thank Jordan for his time, and I am going to put the bow back over my shoulder, wave, and take off.
Yeah, he'll give you a hearty wave goodbye and start packing up his stuff. So you all find yourselves in the fairly early morning, ready to go. The mayor told you that he wants the goblin group taken out. That they have been sighted most consistently to the northeast of the village.
Yeah, around like that cave area by like the path, right? That people use.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we start heading out that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and on the way I'll be like, hey, I was just thinking last night, I came up with like a name for our team. If you guys are interested.
Gonna chuckle and say, "Let's hear it."
All right, so I think we should be called the Magic Friends. You know? Because we're a magical weapon and abilities.
So your turtle stew's delicious.
What? I don't understand. That's disgusting.
The magic friend.
Yeah, just let me know what you think. I'm workshopping it, but that's what I come out. I was just sitting there, and I was like, you know what? Magic Friends.
And people
I'm gonna say
pay you to be creative.
Well,
Let's say,
originally it was Zoo and Crew, but I thought that was a little selfish.
Zoo and Crew sounds better to me than Magic Friends. It sounds like we're a bunch of
Don't give him permission.
mind-altering
Oh, Zoo and
drugs.
Crew. We can do that.
I
Kai.
think you should take that idea and just pop it right back in the oven. Let it
All right, I'll
simmer
keep-
for a little bit.
All right, I was just
Or
letting it know.
just shelve it forever.
All right, I'll think of something else. I just workshopping some ideas. Thank you for your feedback.
What was the name of our town again? It was like, what do we call it?
It
Gotham.
was Gotham.
Gotham. The Gotham Knights.
How about the Gotham berries?
What are we,
boy.
a sports team?
Let's just get a big old oven and just put all these ideas right.
All right,
in that
still
oven and
still
let 'em-
thinking.
just let them marinate for a
Let it-
little bit longer.
You know, we've quested we've done a few things together, so I just think it'd be good to just come up with a name or something. Just workshopping some ideas, to put some ideas out there. But yeah, I'll keep thinking. I'll think real hard.
Yeah,
Zoo and Crew is the top one though. Zoo and Crew. Magic Friends is off
Fast
the
and the
table.
Funky Bunch.
Magic Friends is off the table. If I like Zoo and Crew is catchier than Magic Friends.
Oh, okay. I'll just say that until we come up with something then.
I wouldn't.
That's just not.
Probably just not.
Then I'm
not-
gonna
Maybe, you know,
remember what
maybe
he
just
did.
All right,
shake
all
your
right, all
head.
right,
Hold on.
all right.
Then I'm gonna remember
verbally.
what he did with the mayor, and I'm gonna go. On second hand, the last time you spoke for us, we lost 150 gold.
Well, yeah, we lost 150 gold.
Yeah, you're not living up to your fiduciary responsibilities in the group. you
Oh,
know?
fiduciary. That's not.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned about money.
Yeah.
This is just fun times.
No, but I'm concerned about my money.
Okay, well,
So we're gonna
we
be heading
continue
out to
on.
This was
I
just kind
think
of
we're
like,
on our way.
northern
yeah, I was
cave.
like on the way. I was just like talking throwing out some ideas. That's on the way, filling the air with some
Yeah,
words.
and you all know it's about a 7-day walk or about a 3-day ride to the caves. Although you don't think the goblins made it all the way that far.
Oh, lots of time
Um,
for spitballing.
How much is a mount?
Good question.
It
We were
depends
just
on the mount.
Stop at
Gonna lose that one too.
Mm-hmm.
probably.
I can help.
I'll
with
get
that.
mine back though. I just yeah. No. I'll get him out. I'll write ahead, depending on how much it is.
8 gold for a donkey.
Don't think the donkey was what he had in mind. What 3-day riding speed?
What kind of mounts are we looking at? What do we got in the stables? Who's our local stable man? Stable
I think we
woman.
have some horses. That's like we brought horses at the very beginning, right?
Oh, I can't ride horses. Do we have any carriages I can?
Probably, but you're gonna have to pay for the carriage.
Okay.
I'll haul you around with my horse if I can afford it.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know this is going to take you guys fairly off-road.
So we need an off-road carriage, like
Mhm.
lifted with with my tire.
Or
Well, at the very least, I think we should at least buy a beast of burden for our extra wares and stuff.
Extra
I mean,
wares.
do we need? I don't think we do. We need that.
Well, I mean, I'm just about maxed out trying to go in there. If we get any loot or any treasure or anything from the goblins, how are we gonna bring it out?
We'll carry it.
if you weren't just weak.
Listen here. How much can you carry out?
I can carry you entirely.
I'm pretty strong too.
Well- Well, I'll take the most valuable things then that I can carry.
Okay.
Are we just gonna go on foot? Is that?
Yeah,
the...
I guess so.
Yeah,
that's what we're
Let's
gonna
do
end
it.
up
Let's,
doing.
let's walk.
God.
I'm buying a donkey. I bought a donkey. 8 gold to buy a donkey.
No, to rent a donkey. I thought. Is it 8 gold to
Is it?
buy a donkey?
Yeah. But
Mhm.
just to buy it.
Whoa, that's cheap.
I'm gonna buy a donkey.
I know what I'm eating from now on.
Can I add a donkey to my?
Yeah, you can definitely find a donkey in town.
Sweet. Add. Bring in my little donkey on. Do I need to buy equipment for my donkey, or can I just strap it on with the rope I have?
Yeah, I mean you can make a rope halter.
Okay.
Um, You will need a saddle with saddlebags if you want to
Riding a donkey.
carry anything
Uh,
substantive.
See, donkey, add donkey.
And it's 5 copper per day for animal food.
Oh, that's easy. Well, okay. So if the donkey grazes though, because we're gonna be out in the wild, do I still need to?
If
I
you can
said
find somewhere
someone's
for
gonna
it to
get
graze.
kicked.
Not everywhere
Okay.
is going to have good pasture land, but there will be several days where you could stop and have it graze for a spell.
Okay. Let's see. Inventory.
One
Let's see,
day
that
we'll
was
earn our war goat in the village.
that's a remove 8 gold. Manage inventory. Saddle.
All right.
Oh, I can just do it. Do I need to get a saddle and saddlebags, or can I just get saddlebags?
You can get a pack saddle, or you can get a saddle, riding saddle and saddlebags.
5 gold. Okay, that's nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna get a saddle pack,
Sweet.
because then I can add my stuff to it, right? Let's see.
Mhm.
Add saddle pack to donkey.
Yeah, you can carry up to 420 pounds. Nice.
And I'm gonna look at Zoom. I'm gonna go, hey, what should I name him?
Jerry.
What?
Jerry?
Jerry?
Yeah,
All right.
Jerry
His
the
name is
donkey.
Jerry. Jerry the donkey. Okay. I'm gonna bring and you said it was 3 copper per day?
For food.
Okay.
And that's 10
Um,
pounds each per day.
Okay. We're gonna bring let's see. 30 copper will get me 10 days of food, meaning failed to remove coins. Why did I fail to remove coins?
So we're on our way.
I just linked a giant goat from 5e from the compendium. I figure that's what we should have our eyes on for mounts in the future.
It wouldn't. It's not letting me remove copper. Weird. Okay, hold on.
That I don't know how to fix.
You gotta
0. So I'm gonna
you gotta
remove
convert.
1 gold.
Yeah, you have to convert to copper and then have the copper.
162, and then give myself 100 copper. Okay, and then remove the 30 copper, and get is it called donkey rations? No. Pay
Just feed probably.
feed per day. Yeah, add 2.
Now there are 5 in the crew of no name.
All right, Jerry.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Cool.
right. Yeah. So you guys have a 7-day journey ahead of you. So you set out on your very first day. And would somebody roll me a D20? And actually, let's get wild. Let's make this one a survival check. And this is going to be for the whole group and for how easy the traveling is. Lower numbers means more monsters, more problems. Higher numbers means maybe you find good grazing land, maybe you find a cache of some kind, an abandoned cart, etc.
I should not make this roll.
I'm kind of good at survival.
I have advantage, or I have a +3 to my survival rolls.
There you go, Kai.
Yeah.
I don't know. Last time I rolled the survival
Look, it's
check,
your
we didn't
donkey
do
looking
too
for
well.
grazing lands.
Yep. Oh yeah, 18.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys have a very uneventful first day. The first day out of town is something that you guys have traversed many times throughout your lives, whether it be trips in your youth or time with the Rangers early on. You are no stranger to leaving town. And the first day of travel is an easy one. You find several berry patches on your way out. It is early spring, so maybe a little underripe, but certainly a nice treat. And you don't encounter anything crazy this first night. You all are setting down camp. So we are going to do. Well, first and foremost, could you roll me 2d4, Kai?
2d4. Yes, I can. Would that be easier? Wait, do I have another d4? I don't. I rolled a. What is that? 7?
Nice. Yeah, you managed to make it 7 miles further than you anticipated. So that's going to take half a day of travel off. And you guys find a quiet glen that you've stayed in several times throughout your experience with the Rangers. So you have a quiet night and do not need to set watches.
Heck yeah.
However, you also know that this was the easy night before things really get going. So day 2 dawns.
Is Zoo, are you still carrying that gong?
Oh, for sure. It's out. It's out when we go to bed. It's like pillow, gong. Those are the first 2 things out of the bag. In that order.
We can put the gong on the donkey. Make
No.
traveling
This
a
is,
little
this is my,
easier.
this is
Would
my
you
gong.
call him Donkey Gong?
Yeah, it would be a donkey gong.
We'll get another gong for the donkey, but this one's mine.
Yeah. The next day, can I get another survival check?
Yeah, you can get another survival check. Oh, sweet. 22.
Hell yeah.
That was dirty. That was dirty 22, by the way. Not a.
Well,
Word. Yeah. Could I get the whole group to make perception checks with advantage?
Is that perception?
Yep.
18.
21.
I got a nat 20, so I'm not going to roll my second die.
Yeah. So you all have a very uneventful first night. Maybe a splash of whiskey, set up camp. It's a nice mellow evening. Nothing bothers you. You all feel very secure. However, you know the going gets tough the deeper you go into the woods. And thankfully, you're walking with a full-time ranger who keeps you away from the most dangerous things in the woods, the threats that are known to the rangers, the the bears that are just waking up, the various pitfalls or places where fairies like to romp. And about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, as you've been traveling most of the day, you all are hiking down a game trail, and you hear large footsteps off in the distance.
Large footsteps.
Think not quite Godzilla thuds, but large enough that you can hear it breaking branches of trees, and you can ever so slightly feel the ground shake as it walks.
Are we talking like the size of that boar I killed way back when?
Well, we don't have sight of it yet. We just hear.
No, I know, but like I would, like, can I do a history check to remember what the sound of the that boar was that I killed?
Sure.
Oh, it's not very good. It's a 6.
Yeah, it's been several years, but you don't think this is the same kind of creature. This definitely sounds like something large and bipedal, walking along.
It's a Titan.
Is there any area like near us that we could take cover? Cave, log, that's fallen.
Yeah, there is a dense copse of trees up ahead, or there's a cave off to one side.
Is this sound coming from in front of us?
Yes.
Can we determine if it's getting closer?
It's not.
Oh,
With such high perception checks, you believe this creature is walking away from you.
Shall we
I've-
investigate?
Yeah, keep moving forward, but quietly.
I'll be slightly further back. I am not the stealthiest of individuals. I'm not one to go ahead and investigate, as they say.
I'm gonna leave Jerry with Zoo. And press forward.
Yeah, I'll follow as well. But making a point to be, at the back of the marching order for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm not saying I won't go, but I'll be way back. So I'm just kind of 100 feet from you guys.
100 feet?
That's a long
way back.
ways.
Way back. Way
That's
back.
like
Okay, I'm with the party, but in the back of the marching order. That's where I'm at.
so. What you're saying, Zoo, is that it's gonna take you 3 moves if we're in combat just to get up to us.
I'm saying I'm
You
not
could
going to be the.
dash.
I'm saying that I'm not the one that's going to be blamed if stealth breaks because of my big ass self.
Yeah, so as you guys move forward, you come across a clearing. And last thing you'll get from those dynamite perception scores, you see 15 giants in this clearing, flickering in and out of existence and making an absolute ruckus. You also see magical sparks, or like little flashes around the clearing. Yeah. Any questions on that? I kind of trailed off there.
Can I make an Arcana check based off what I'm seeing in front of me?
Mm-hmm.
I've rolled a 8.
You're pretty sure your normal giants don't flicker.
That checks out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to recommend that we skirt around this clearing and continue on the path.
It might be for the best.
I
15 giants are a lot of giants.
What?
I'm going to agree. Zoo, you can't even see what's happening.
I know. I'm.
You're so far back, you don't even know what's going on.
I mean, before we continue with this, have we had trouble with giants? I mean, the village. Have we had friendly relations with the with giants?
You've heard of a few giants in the region, although those were mostly out towards where the dwarves call home. It would be exceedingly rare to see a giant down here in the forest.
To be clear, I'm only staying back until you guys deem that it's safe for me to come up and that you don't think I'm going to break your if you're hiding everything.
I don't think the giants will notice us, but they also seem like they may be magically conjured. Can I do a history check to see if I remember those are the same blue sparks we've seen in the past? Like in terms of like the same blue color from the mana and then the blue from way back in our during our trial.
Yeah, go for it. Do so with advantage.
Okay. Well, 8. That's not good.
Even with an 8, these sparks of blue that you see in the clearing, you look over to Lothar, and the light catches Lothar's eye in just the right way, and that exact same shade of blue is found in his eye.
Okay. So I'm going to say to the others, I think this is the same kind of magic that we encountered during our trial.
Yes, very, very perceptive. I still think we skirt around this.
I will agree. I agree. I don't see any crystals to help us out this time. What do you think?
What?
I mean, do they look? I understand with the flickering light and all of that, but as far as their looks, do they look pretty simple, or are they dressed like anyone else would, as a civilized people, right? Like,
It's
are they
mostly
wearing?
ragged furs made into loincloths and like simple coverings.
Yeah, I think we should avoid that sheer number of giants.
Okay, so we're gonna turn around. We're gonna meet Zoo way back in the back.
I'll be making my way up. All you have to do is like gesture me forward, and I'll come forward. I'm not just like.
Oh, we don't want you to come forward. It's
Oh, okay. Fine.
thing. I don't want you to break a branch
Okay.
with your big old shell, and we go take the long way around.
Well,
I don't know what the others want to do.
what you saw,
Yeah.
what you all see.
15 giants.
What kind of giants were they?
Big ones.
Cool.
Oh, and it is worth noting all of the giants that you saw had 2 heads.
Oh, dear. We're talking Gorgon giants.
Giants with 2 heads, Sue.
History on giants with 2 heads, or what have
But
you.
you could also do nature.
Equal. Yeah, 15.
You are familiar with stories of 2-headed giants. While they are more rare than single-headed giants, they are also known to be more ferocious and more difficult to deal with because they can focus on more things at once, which for a normal person of normal stature would not be a problem when giants are generally quite dull and quite stupid. Giving them any extra processing power is dangerous.
So I summarize. 2-headed giants, twice the heads, twice the danger. Yeah, we go around.
And sorry, real quick, what was your score? One more time.
15.
With a 15, what you're describing lines up with what you've heard described as ettins from various legends.
These are what you would call Ettins from legend.
Legend, as in we shouldn't. It would be very abnormal to run across them.
Would I know if it's abnormal?
They're more rare than a bear. A gathering of this size would be notable, but you also don't know many people who have run into gatherings this size and made it away. So maybe they're less rare. Hard to say.
Well, they're more rare than bears. And they may be having a potluck, but it's pretty hard to say.
Well, it's probably safer just to try to avoid it altogether.
Oh yeah, we weren't invited. I didn't get an invite.
We are going to navigate around these to the best of our ability. We'll take a wide old berth on this one.
Yeah, could I get? I'm gonna have all of you make a stealth check with advantage, and I'd like the average score for the group.
Do I need to be a part of this stealth check? Was I far up? Okay.
Oh boy, you said with advantage, right?
Yep.
That's good.
Since you guys are taking a wide berth, and you had plenty of warning with the 22 for perception.
I critted.
I got.
Yeah.
14.
19.
8.
So a 21 actually is what it is if we're doing an average.
Yeah, with an average of 21, y'all are crushing it. You guys barely make a sound as you creep through these forests. Donkey in tow.
Oh.
You manage to coax it to chill the fuck out and not bray for a couple hours as you make a very wide berth around this clearing.
How do Feywild sounds affect animals?
Find out.
I'm not
They
going to
make them
try it to
aggressive
find
towards
out.
you in particular. Please.
Depends on the animal, but it's broadly a fight or flight response. The animals know that, like, especially in this region, there's been enough Feywild activity that the animals know if they stick around or pick a fight,
They may die.
they may die. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to know. Could have something, some unaffected or unexpected effect, like it quiets the donkey. But I am not going to test that. That's why I asked.
And that's about the excitement y'all have for the day. The rest of your trip goes, not the rest of your trip, the rest of your journey for that day goes smoothly. Nothing too wild, over hill, over dale. And you all find yourselves about halfway to the cave system that you were looking for.
Are we consistently finding grazing pasture?
Not yet, but if you'd like to look for some, you'd be more than welcome to make a nature check.
Okay,
For tonight.
I'm gonna make a nature check. Let's see here. Crit.
Nice. Yeah. You guys find yourselves near a natural spring in an open glade. This is surrounded by a couple low hills, so it's hard to see you even across this clearing. And you think that unless someone was literally right on top of you or actively looking from you from the sky, from like a bird's eye view, it would be very difficult to find your camp. And these low hills have solid grazing for your donkey.
Awesome.
So no need to consume food, although I will have you consume 2 food for days 1 and 2.
Okay.
For your donkey. Day 3, are y'all going to post a watch?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. And sorry, I've been drinking beer all afternoon, so I'm gonna go. hit the head one more time, and then we'll sort out the watch for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to
Sweet.
take like a couple minutes?
Yeah, let's take 5.
All right.
5:10. Catch y'all in a few.
Sure.
Sweet. See ya.
I'm back.
Hey. All right, who all do we have back?
Oh, I'm here.
I'm
Hey.
here.
Kai and Doug.
I'm back.
Hey.
As am I.
All right. In that case, the watch between day 2 and day 3 is where we left off of this little journey. It sounded like we were setting a watch. Who's on watch and when?
I'll take first watch.
I'll take second. I'm a turtle of the night.
That's a different meaning in Waterdeep, but this is not about that.
I'm so excited.
It's not Darkwing Duck. It's Dark Shell Turtle.
Then I guess I'll take third.
I'll take fourth.
Lothar, Zu, Thas, and Athelios
Yep.
in that order. Solid. Lothar, could I get a perception check from you?
Oh, sure. 18.
Uh, 18. All right. Yeah, you see everybody settle down, and you kind of settle down for your watch. And about an hour and a half into your watch, you hear a rustling out in the clearing, kind of outside the berm that you guys are behind.
Mm. I will I'm gonna shake Athelios awake.
Huh? Oh, what's going on?
I
What time
heard
is it?
I heard a rustle behind the berm. Do you think you could have a look at it?
I'm gonna stretch out a little bit and say yes. I'm gonna remove my chainmail and as quietly as I can, and take my bow over and creep to the berm.
All right. Make a perception check for me.
Uh, 1 second. Wrong side. Perception is 13.
All right. You peek over the berm, and as you do, you see kind of off in the middle of this clearing, you see two mating foxes rustling around in the dry grass.
Ruined
Yeah.
moment.
I don't know that they've seen me yet, so I'm going to slowly step backwards until I'm covered by the berm, until they can I can no longer see them over the berm. I'm gonna turn around, and I'm gonna laugh quietly as I go back to lay down, and I'm gonna say, "It was just a bunch of foxes."
Sneaky bastards. Okay. I'll settle back in on the watch.
I'm gonna throw that or slide back into that chainmail again as quietly as I can, and lay back down.
All right. Lothar, the rest of your watch passes quietly.
Heck yeah. I wake Zoo up for his watch and then I start turning in.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's my first time like this.
Douglas, by the way, that was Broken Top whiskey. I poured myself.
Anything exciting on your watch?
Nope, pretty quiet.
Cool. Which way is the best direction to look? Never
Away
mind.
from the fire.
I'll look everywhere.
I'm just staring at him the whole time.
Well, I mean, he has
There's
night
just-
vision, or
There's
he
so-
has dark vision, so he can look into the fire if he wants
so
to.
much-
He'll still be able to
There's
see.
just so many directions to look at night. So cool. Normally
It's
limited
true.
by the torch's range.
Now you'll be able to see the dangers coming from further away, and then I'll
That's
roll
so
over.
exciting. All right. Let's do this.
All right. Perception check, please.
Yeah, I'm good at those, I think. A 5.
Oh no! Gonna steal all our stuff.
Looking the wrong way, I guess.
The night passes quietly for you.
Oh. All right, well. It was boring. It was exciting to see everything in darkness, though. I'll wake up fast and be like, this is, it's your turn, buddy. Kind of jealous.
All right.
Nothing happened. There was nothing to see. It's all quiet and calm and beautiful.
Should have got a sled for him. He could just stay awake the entire watch.
I'll take a quick walk around the edge of the camp and just check out everything, and before settling in to keep a lookout.
Mm-hmm. A little reconnoiter.
Yep.
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
Six.
Yeah, you take a wander around camp and settle in next to the fire. And Zoo didn't really chat with you long. It was the middle of the night, so Zoo went right back to bed. And as you sit down next to the fire, would you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Oh, good. 10.
As you sit next to this fire in the brisk spring air, you find yourself drifting off to sleep.
Just so you're aware, if it's magical in nature, I am elf. So
Yep, this is
Okay.
mundane in nature.
okay, just mundane.
I did not mean to do that, by the way.
You all wake up the next morning.
Oh.
Oh wait. Oh, he
Nice.
didn't wake me up.
Yeah.
Lothar,
Mm-hmm.
would you make a perception check or a dexterity saving throw for me?
Perception check seems good. It wasn't. I rolled a 5.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. And what's your AC?
Oh no.
It's very high. It's 12.
All right. Zoo, Thas, and Athelios. You wake up feeling fresh as a daisy. For many of you, it was a much shorter night than you expected. Athelios, you could have sworn that you signed up for a watch shift last night, but nobody woke you up. Outside of Lothar.
Yep,
I
my bad.
gonna look around in confusion as the sun is now over. I'm assuming over the horizon, and go and I'm gonna have a puzzled expression on my face.
Lothar,
Mm.
as you wake up, you kind of quietly lay there for a moment, soaking in the day, quietly steeling yourself for one more day of travel. And you feel something move across the top of your chest in your sleeping roll.
I'm going to slowly attempt to get out of my sleeping roll without any crazy sudden movements.
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check to do so.
14?
Yeah. You managed to very carefully extricate yourself from your bedroll. While you're pulling your foot out, you spot just a glint of scales inside your sleeping bag in black and red.
Mm-hmm. I am going to let me check here. Can I mage hand and just push the top of my sleeping roll like down? Just, close it?
Sure can. Yeah, your bedroll is now folded closed.
Okay. Once I'm good and out, I'm also going to mage hand the back and shake it out.
Yeah, so for the rest of you, you see Lothar carefully closing his bedroll and then lifting up the other end and shaking it vigorously with a semi-ethereal hand, holding it up in the air. Would everybody make a perception check for me?
8.
12.
Does this include me?
7.
No, it does not, Doug.
Okay.
All right. Did anybody get above a 10?
Yes, bastard.
A Thas, you see one of the more venomous types of snakes in the region plop out of Lothar's bedroll.
Whoop. I am going to very quickly strike out at it.
Mm-hmm.
Grab my glaive, which I'm assuming is by my side still. May or may not be, circumstances.
Yeah, make an attack roll for me.
Natural 1, but it's an 8.
Yeah, Lothar and Thas, you guys see this snake kind of plop out of the bedroll. Lothar, your eyes go a little wide as you realize that the snake crept into your sleeping bag looking for body warmth, and you managed to get out without waking it up. Thas, you see it right away, and with lightning quick reflexes, grab your glaive and with an overhand two-handed chop, swing down at it and miss by about 4 inches.
Swing and a miss.
The snake is going to retreat off into the woods. So it scampers away about 15, 20 feet.
Set it all on fire. No.
Interesting bed partners you got there, Lothar.
What can I say? I'm close with nature, I guess. I'm gonna continue mage hand shaking out my sleeping bag.
Would say next time, laughing. Keep it in your pants.
Yeah, no further snakes fall out of your sleeping bag.
All right, we'll roll that bad boy back up then.
Question is an alarm clock something I could tinker together? Something like
Oh, they
something
breed
like that.
They breed those.
In town, absolutely.
Okay, cool. That would be something I should have made before we left, but yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
All right, stretch it out, and shall we mosey away from the snake infested nightmare?
I miss my berries.
Yeah. Since we are already in a good grazing area, in fact, with a 19, I would say it was probably a great grazing area. Can I have my donkey graze before we leave?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Sure.
Look at this cheap son of a bitch.
Hey, the more rations we have near the end of the trip, the better.
Mechanically speaking, when am I supposed to be re-rolling my portent dice here?
Top of the day.
Okay, so I should re-roll them now.
Yep.
Okay. $12 and a 17.
Mm. And with that, is there anything else you all would like to do in camp this morning?
I don't think so.
No, I'm good.
Out of packing up and getting ready to move out.
All right.
I'm
the
going
normal
to.
stuff.
There's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to, as we leave, I'm going to disperse all signs that we were there. Kind of like what a ranger would do is,
Mm-hmm.
pack it in, pack it out, leave no trace, as it were.
Would you make a survival check for me?
Nat 20.
Hell yeah. Yeah. As you all kind of finish breakfast, finish packing up your stuff, Athelios gives the camp a once over, and looking at it, it would be very, very hard to tell that you all had slept here overnight. Even though the donkey's been grazing and you've been walking around, all of those tracks have been covered expertly.
What a survivalist! Wow.
Yeah, I had a lot of practice with that during my time with the Rangers.
All right. So you guys take off on your third day. And about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you see... actually, would you all make perception checks for me? And you can use your passive if you'd like.
I'll use
18.
my passive.
Dirty 20.
12.
21.
All right. As it gets to be about 1 o'clock, you all see several trees felled in the way of what looks like a like the gate building in front of a bridge. This bridge goes over. It's bigger than a creek and smaller than a river. It would be difficult to cross with how much water is flowing. It looks like a glacial runoff. And you all see a stone bridge crossing the way.
Is do we also see a massive hammer, perchance?
You do.
Okay, that's slightly terrifying.
Across the way, you see a large creature, mechanically large, sitting in a pool of water in surprisingly nice stone. It appears to be an intentionally cut pool. Outside of that, you see a house made to the proportion of a large creature. Sitting behind him, you see a gazebo off to one side with what looks like some filigreed stone archways in the middle, as well as several columns.
I'll look to the others and say, should I shoot it?
No.
Can we identify
Very
like,
quietly.
what kind of large creature this is?
You can certainly try. Make a nature check for me, or intelligence.
Can each of us do it?
Yeah.
22 on nature. On nature.
I got a 15.
Right. I heard
At
22.
a 17.
This is an ogre, and a particularly nasty-looking ogre at that. One covered in what looks like a vague armor set made out of chains, as well as absolutely covered in scars. In front of this little gatehouse here, the gate is closed. There's not supposed to be a gap here, so disregard that bit. And between these stumps, trees have been placed to act as kind of a semi-natural barricade.
I have a quick question on the proportion of the battle map versus the grid. Are we using the grid on the image?
Hell, I thought I'd fix that problem. Yes, we are using the grid on the image.
Okay, so it's further than... Okay. Whoa, what's it doing?
There we go.
Oh,
Sorry, I was getting sure of
it looked to me like
you're
it just
good.
jumped across.
So we're using the image grid, you said.
Mhm.
So, come on now. So realistically, that's how big my character would be.
Mm-hmm.
And this one would be
Okay.
about like that.
Well,
Yeah, so these trees that have been cut down are significant. They're 35 feet high, 4 feet across the trunk.
do we know if this bridge was like, have we traveled out this way before? Like, was there a bridge here before? Or is there a bridge on the map? Or like, is this something new?
You have not traveled out this way before. Athelios, can you make a history check for me?
Yes. History. Come on. 14.
All right. This is a landmark that is significant enough that living in town your whole lives, you expect you would have heard about it if it had been here for a long time.
Okay.
That said, this is I'll call it a river. It's definitely on the small side of rivers, but difficult to
Like
cross.
a deep stream, like a real deep
Mhm.
stream.
Yeah, quick, cold, doable, but a right pain in the ass.
Donkey Jerry might not make it. What you're saying?
Yeah, no, Jerry, unaided, Jerry's fucking dead.
Or,
And this stream is known to you. It is on the maps, but it's also a fair ways out from town, so it's not like folks are checking up on it regularly.
So this is a situation where we have a small like story arc break, and we all get insanely strong. Insanely strong on the river's edge.
so we haven't been following a path, have we? We just been making our way.
Yeah, you've been beelining it through the woods for
Okay.
the Marauder's Cave.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, ogres aren't typically known for their intelligence, so I can't see them building this.
Yeah, their craftsmanship on this gatehouse and bridge.
So this gate has been very well blocked off, and even for that ogre, it would take him a moment to unblock it. Would you say?
Yeah, it's if the ogre were so inclined, it would definitely take 5 minutes of, tossing trees around, raising the gate, all the.
Well, crew.
Okay. Should we call out to it?
Yeah, I think I would like to talk to it.
So, move to the bank here.
I mean, the ogres are usually pretty fucking evil.
Yeah, but
Well, I mean,
he made a nice
look
bridge.
at all this stuff.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
We find out what
He's
happened to his
wearing armor.
bridge.
Who
I
do we
can
have
call
speak
out.
for the group?
I can speak for us.
Oh boy.
I'm good at talking.
Yeah.
The face of the party.
would I know languages that ogres tend to speak?
What languages do you know?
Common, Draconic, Goblin, and Sylvan.
Offhand, make an intelligence check for me.
Just straight intelligence.
Yep.
A 10.
Offhand, you've heard of ogres speaking common, you've heard of ogres speaking goblin, but most common you've heard ogres speak giant.
Okay.
Um
I'll yell out in common, "Hello, friend."
and across the way, I mean it's a solid, 50, 60 feet away.
Yeah.
You hear kind of a what? Hello. Oh,
Hi.
Hey, fee, fi, fo, fum. Don't you dare cross my fucking bridge.
Okay, did you make this bridge?
Sure.
Can I insight or like
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's great. 26 if you wanted to.
Yeah, and ogres are not particularly difficult to read. You're fairly confident that tricky moment as a DM. The ogre is sincere in the offhand way that he kind of dismisses the question, in that it does not matter to him if he made the bridge or not.
All right. Why can't we use your bridge?
Well, you aren't allowed.
Would you
aren't
like
goblins?
We aren't
You aren't
goblins.
fairies. So why would I let you cross the bridge?
Hearing this, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to speak in Sylvan. And I'm going to say, "Can you please let us across?"
And he kind of sits up a little bit extra. And he goes, "Hey, you aren't fairy. Don't talk like fairy if you aren't fairy."
If I'm not part fairy, at least, would I be able to do this? And I'm going to change into his appearance, but smaller.
No. Becoming smaller me is not a thing that fairies have done.
But what if I were a changeling?
Then you would be a changeling.
And part fairy.
Fairies have wings.
But what if they were ripped off?
You would let me rip off your wings?
Then you
No,
are
my
weak fairy.
my fairy wings are ripped off.
Oh, well then you are not a fairy anymore.
So, if If we made you smaller, would you not be an ogre?
No. I'd be a small ogre.
So you would still be an ogre then.
Well, no, not a real ogre, a small ogre.
Well, then you would not be able to call yourself an ogre. You'd just be small.
Yes.
Mm. Okay, so you would no longer be an ogre.
Yes. The same
Okay.
way you are not an ogre. Or a fairy.
I'm gonna turn to the rest of the party and go. This thing, very quietly. I'm gonna say this thing. I don't know what to do. In common, I
What,
tried my one card.
what's your name there,
Uh,
friend?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very courteous of you to ask. My name is Tawheed.
Tawheed. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Many. Well,
Many.
used to have many. I
Oh.
killed them all.
Oh, that's sad. Were they in pain?
Much pain.
Oh, got it.
I'm gonna kick him. I'm gonna say these things like pain.
I killed them all. I became the biggest ogre in my clan. No small ogres. No. Not like tiny small ogre across river.
tiny. Okay. Who's in charge of you? It sounds like you're the biggest
Me.
and strongest. Oh,
I am. I am the king of all the hot tub I can see.
oh, is he clothed?
Not a bit.
Oh, why are you excited about this?
Oh, God.
It's
Just
just
gonna dick in it?
No, I'm just getting a
He-
feel
he-
for the situation.
he does have armor on though. He has like
Yeah, but I heard chain mail.
actual chain.
But if
mail.
it's chain, like,
but
is there cloth
theoretically,
under
my
it?
arrows could go.
It's more like
through it.
it's like 2 50-foot lengths of chain wrapped crossways across his chest.
Okay,
Less clothes, more closer to armament or
Got it.
or sorry, armor.
Can I
Yeah.
can I call out to him and say, if we were to best you in a contest of strength, could we be allowed passage across your bridge?
No.
Why not?
Cause I'm not supposed to let anyone cross the bridge. They'd take away my hot tub if I did let you cross the bridge.
oh, so you're not in charge.
Well, I'm in charge of the hot tub that I have.
Okay,
Well, I'm gonna pipe up and I'm gonna say, well, not really. If they're gonna take it away, if you don't do what they want.
Well, they can't take it away unless I do what they say.
so we're not allowed to go over the bridge. Can we just cross the river here?
No.
Oh, you're in charge of that too?
Yes.
Got it.
What did the shiny lady call me? Border Patrol.
Oh, got it.
Oh, shiny lady.
Shiny lady, huh?
But what did the shiny lady look like?
Shiny
I mean,
lady.
So, and I'm gonna say, so you couldn't cross the bridge even if you wanted to.
Oh, I can cross bridge whenever I want to.
Well, I don't believe you can.
Well, okay.
guys are arguing with an ogre.
Prove that you can cross the bridge right now.
Okay, I can cross the bridge right now.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
then
gonna,
stop proving it.
I'm
You're
just
just
gonna
sitting there.
I'm just gonna be like internalizing a little bit and roll my d12 for my bardic inspiration ability. As I I'm just kind of how it looks is I'm kind of praying, but I'm just prepping some things. This is going nowhere.
How far can one jump?
It depends on your strength score.
Oh, well, that's not
far
good.
enough.
Yeah, I have
So,
-1 on my strength.
How heavy are these logs? How heavy do they look to be able to move them?
They are 4-foot, not radius,
Diameter.
diameter. 4-foot diameter and 15 feet, or sorry, 25 feet long.
Oh, so these we could easily lift. Well,
Oh no, that's a
we
lot
could
of
easily
weight.
lift an end of. I've lifted logs that thick.
4 feet thick.
Yeah, and the end of one of those logs that like you can shift them. I haven't like bodily picked one up like the whole thing, but
Yeah, so you can.
you can pivot them. But he said they're 35 feet high, that wall, so there's no way we can get up there.
Oh,
To get
sorry,
enough
I
strength.
was unclear there. The logs themselves are like 25 to 35 feet long. The wall itself is only 4 feet high.
Ah, okay. So we could
Mhm.
team up and move a chunk of these.
You'd be not easily. It would be a Herculean feat of strength to move one, or
What if
like
we
block
wanted
and
just to
tackle
move, like-
horses.
What if? Oh, we have a donkey.
This is a
Uh.
little bigger of a scale than a donkey can handle, unless you had a lot of pulleys.
But what if we were all pulling on the rope?
It'd still be a stretch. You can get over it fairly easily. You'd have to lift the donkey across, but it'd be doable.
I'm gonna ask him what will you do if we try to cross your bridge?
I will mash you into paste.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn to y'all and I'm gonna say, look, I have a bow. I have unlimited arrows. It's gonna take him a while to get through the wall.
Mm,
Unless he runs away and gets reinforcement. I must say that quietly.
What do you guys think?
I could try to put him to sleep.
I don't know if sleep is.
I don't know either. I'm whispering too.
I'm gonna yell across the river. What would you do if we tried to dismantle your wall here?
I would smash you into paste.
So you
Well,
would cross
I mean-
the bridge.
Really, if you do anything that makes me get out of this hot tub, I will probably end with smashing you into paste.
So this guy's gonna try to kill us anyway. We go about this. So I vote. He said he's gonna smash us into paste, which means I think he's just gonna try to come across the bridge.
You
So
know-
I think we start dismantling it.
You know this isn't the biggest hot tub in the area, right?
Oh, I know, but it's
Okay.
my hot tub.
Okay. All right.
I mean, especially for me, the
Oh,
shiny
this-
lady.
Oh, okay. Can I do Arcana of the hot tub to see if I see any runes on it?
Sure.
$13.
With a 13, you don't see any runes on the hot tub, but you also know that the hot water has to be coming from somewhere. The stone has to be coming from somewhere, and this doesn't look like the normal like granite and bedrock that you're used to seeing around the mountainous area that you live in. This is like premium marble that sticks out like a sore thumb because you've lived in the area for so long.
I'm gonna ask Lothar quietly. Can you hit that thing with fireball from here?
Are you that level wizard yet?
No.
Oh, so you don't know fireball yet? Oh, damn.
All right. Well, the way I see it is we
The
have
last
two
time we had him cast anything, it was really Ice Knife.
I mean, I can hit him from here.
Well, I'm trying to cause he's not holding his hammer. His hammer's on the edge of that hot tub. So if we can destroy the edge of the hot tub, maybe the hammer will fall into the river and he won't be able to retrieve it.
I think he's gonna be able to retrieve it.
I think so too.
Well,
I
at
think
least he's going to be
I
incapacitated.
think he stands and do we have any spell that like freezes water?
Ice knife.
That would freeze his feet in the like anchor him in the water.
We got to remember it's pretty deep, so it might come up to his waist.
We are really complicating this.
Well, there's two options. We attack or we go around.
I don't think we have. Well, we have rations ourselves too, and I don't know how much rations you have, but I don't know that we're going to be able to go around.
All right. Well,
Do some
why don't
bard
we-
shit.
yeah, okay.
Inspire
why
him
don't we
to disobey.
volunteer to
I try to
clean
do
up his doorstep?
okay.
Just tell him that. Tell him we'll clean his doorstep for him, and maybe he'll rethink letting us across.
All right. Yeah. So we were just making sure you were the right guy, the right ogre, as you will. We're just here to clean up the area, polish the stones, and clean up the bridge a little bit, make sure the locks are secure and everything.
I'm going to have a flash of inspiration. I'm going to run out of the clearing here. I'm going to run behind the gate. I'm going to turn into a fairy, and I'm going to fly, quote unquote, back over here. Like dance, like on the tips of my toes. And then I'm going to call back out in Sylvan again, and change my voice a little bit and say, could you open the gate for them, please?
Make a deception check for me.
Deception check. I've been
you-
waiting for this.
Are you good at deception?
I have what is it? I have proficiency in deception. I get +2. So not like extremely great, but I have proficiency in it.
Okay.
I mean, I would take some bardic inspiration, you know. But
The problem is, I have spoken with my gods. I cannot give you bardic inspiration at this moment.
you lied to me earlier.
What do you mean?
Yeah, when you told me which room that what's his face was in.
Wait, what's your question?
Your gods are saying that you can't help somebody lie, but you
No.
can lie?
No. An ability. It's my class. I can't give you a bardic inspiration die at this time.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Fuck. 7.
As you show up in your fairy farm, he kind of perks up for a minute and then goes, "Wait a minute. You're not the sparkly lady. I thought you were the sparkly lady for a minute."
So I'm gonna turn to the others, and I'm gonna say,
So back to what I was saying. We're just here to clean up.
That's okay. I don't mind being a little messy.
All right. All right, big guy. Fast. I'm gonna go ahead and be like, okay. I heard this tale once of this traveler that encountered an ogre such as this, and the only way through was just right through the ogre. And I'm going to be imparting my tale from beyond to him. You're going to be gaining temporary hit points. He's kind of buffing you up for this battle. Let's see here. It's a D6.
You're buffing the
7 hit
buffing
points.
the ogre.
No. This is to Thas.
That was solid.
7 temporary hit points. And let's see here. You get your walking speed is increased by 10 feet, and you gain +1 bonus to your AC.
Ooh, nice.
And That's as long as those temporary hit points are on you. And I'm like, I don't think this guy is going to let us through. I tried what I can. I can put him to sleep, but that's about it.
All right. Then I guess we're just gonna have to climb across.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and climb on over. Am I able to reach the roof from the wall?
Yeah, you can climb over the log fairly easily. It'd cost you an extra 10 feet of movement or so, but
I'm going to start firing arrows. Do you want me to roll for? Do you want us to roll for initiative now?
yeah, I think that's about time.
Okay.
So yeah, as Thas moves towards the gate, and as Athelios pulls back his bow, Zoo starts recanting the story of a giant slayer, and the hero that had to go straight through him. The giant kind of perks up that things are happening, and rises out of the water. And with that, we're going to call the session to a close.
Oh.
We will roll initiative next time so that I don't have to remember it.
Oh, my initiative was so good.
Okay.
Sounds good. That's a great idea.
21. That's as high as it can go. Okay. I think we're just going to one-shot him.
Mine
I
was
think
a nat 20.
I think we're looking at one-shotting this guy. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm saying.
I feel like I've gotten dumber arguing with an ogre. Watching the argument with this ogre.
There's just no getting through to him.
They have
I mean-
half the intelligence of a normal person or something like that. Maybe
Everything
even lower.
everything I threw out to him, he just didn't want to move.
What do you offer the ogre who has everything?
Right?
He's just a happy ogre that doesn't give a crap about anything. There's a bigger hot tub. I thought
I'm
that would
angry.
bigger hot tub. I thought that would get him. Yours is not the biggest. Whatever.
All right. And I think we're going to call it there today. All
right.
Any last minute stuff that folks want to go through?
I don't think so.
I don't think
If
so.
you send me the weapon stats again, you guys, then I can create it in D&D Beyond. So
Oh, you can just customize an item.
yeah, it's kind of what I'm going to do. I was just going to add them, and then if there was any spells or anything you could cast on it, I can make it so that they're like interactive.
I gotcha. Yeah, I already did mine.
Word. Yeah, I think I've got details for weapons generally in the channel for what everybody sounded off with.
Mhm.
Which I think should cover everything needed there. But to your point, if there's anything needed for mechanical stuff, make sure you toss it in there.
Okay.
And with that, we'll see y'all next Sunday.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, that's fun, y'all.
Yeah,
Thanks for the session. I'll,
Showed that ogre.
Listen, we tried diplomacy. That's all I cared about. I almost got him to let us through.
I love how you guys will argue with a chaotic evil character, but you'll be super suspicious of a gnome.
Oh, I wasn't.
That
I
gnome was
wasn't.
ancient. Okay,
I'm just
to be
I'm
fair,
just saying.
to be
You're
fair,
like, is
No,
he
no, no,
evil?
no,
I'm
no.
like, no.
Stop. Hold up. That gnome was older than you. Okay, he was around when the town was created. That's really old. That's ancient.
Nah, I was trying
And
to.
he's like getting up after starving for weeks on end. That's sus to me.
I was trying to do this diplomatically. I tried to do bardy things. It didn't work. I'm not a super powerful bard yet. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just looking out for my town, okay?
Look, you had one more card left to play. You could have dicking it.
Could have dicked it.
No, I would listen. I'm not around. That was a slip of the player, not of the character.
You could yeah, you could have been like, you could have romanced the ogre.
No. Nah.
Plays the little bardic song. Let's get it on.
Well, and with that, I think I'm gonna go smoke a bowl.
All
All
right,
right,
Plot
later.
for
Here we
next
go.
week.
eat something.
Good hanging out with y'all.